Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to download VMware Workstations Pro and install in Windows 2010. So just open that in VMware website like in https //www.vmware.com, and like you'll be get some screens. Click on the download, then you'll be get that in like in product workstations download VMware Workstations Pro, and then click on that in this drop down button. You'll be able to see something like in VMware Workstations hyphen full version 16 or latest one will be downloaded. As the applications when ready, just double click on it, and then your Windows system will be asked that, and do you want to approve this activity? Just say that in yes, and then the next screens will be appear, asking that in next screen, like in welcome to VMware Workstations Pro setup wizard. Click on the next and click all the way down like in this link, read it, and click on that in I accept the term in the license agreement, and then click on that in next. After that you'll be get both options is enable, so just let it be as it is what we have in default, and if you want you can change that in locations. I have like in kept it as it is, so there's no need to change anything over here, and click on that in a next. And here there is a two options we have, like in check for a product update on the startup, and join the VMware customer experience improvement program. And I think for like in for learning purpose this is not needed, so unselect both options and then click on that in a next. Now the almost it's asking the create shortcut for VMware Workstation Pro in the following place: in desktop and start menu program folder. So I don't think so on desktop it's needed to let it be your desktop clean. So I just select that in deselect that in desktop. It's up to you. You can and click on the next, and then click on that in install. Once you'll click on the install, it will take a while, and then you'll be get that in some progress bar, and after that you'll be get that in something like in license and finish. So here we have a license, you can put that in license as well, and click on that in a finish. So as there is two options, so you can use that in like in what we have in the first skins, like in freeware for 30-day trials, and or we can use that in just a temporary license what I have used that from that in internet. And just click on the finish and just type the VMware in a start button, and you'll be get something like VMware Workstations Pro. Click on it, you'll be see something like that in a screen, and then just click on the help and enter a license key if you want to use that in for license one, and if you want to like open source, then there's nothing required for trial versions. I grab that in one of that in key, just I'm not sure how long it will be valid, but from 2019, it's like in place into that in a site like in a GitHub, and this is the key I use it, which is like in capital ZF3R, and something like that. You can read it in 25 characters, but I'm not like sure about that in how long this queue will be available. It's you can check it in this website, and here they have like input that in entire details, and you can see that in in GitHub there is a around more than hundreds members they have used this key, and they are saying that in everyone is working, and not for here only, in another GitHub site, like in another GitHub user, it's there as well. So or alternatively you can install that in our Workstations Pro for evaluations versions, is up to you. And there is so many keys is there, and you can get that in other keys as well. Like let's say here is the latest virtual keyword 100%. This is not a ethical, but I don't think so. Like in for learning purpose, there is a harm as well. So you know, um, uh, I just use these ones, and let me go through that in where we are. Installations done, and then we are there into here, and you can see that in like this key, and you can use it, but I'm not 100% sure. It's all depend on that in GitHub, and like in especially for learning purpose, but don't use for like in any official and work purpose, or like in it's up to you, and I'm sorry about that in VMware, and I'm just grab it this information, so this is not supposed to. However, just for learning purpose, I'm using these ones and sharing my skill while using that in a great tools like in VMware, and so which will be, of course, it will be awareness for that in community as well. After that, it will ask that in yes no symbol, so just click on that in yes, which is your operating system specific, and then that's all. So you can use that in open source, or like in we take whatever key is available on internet. And that's all about in this lecture, and thanks for watching.